Tour Order of Merit. That is reflective of his form in these events this year and in his 2 meetings with Chris Dobey in 2024, both on the Euro Tour. The German has come out on top, but Hollywood looked sensational yesterday, didn't he? Produced his 3rd highest average of all time in his win over Mickey Mansell, a 110.64, and it really could have been better, up over 120 for large spells of that contest. Sustaining that level, well, it would be pretty difficult to do. But Dan Dawson, I don't know about you, but I'm expecting this one to be pretty good.
Well, you've got 2 players here, one of them in Martin Schindler, who, if anything, has overperformed on the European Tour circuit this year. He has been sensational. As you say, he's in a real battle with Luke Littler at the top of the European Championship Order, or the European Order of Merit, if you like, which will determine who's the top seed for Dortmund in the European Championship. They could be leapfrogging each other repeatedly over the course of today, let alone the next few weeks as the European Tour draws to a close. But Chris Dobey, for my money, is one of the biggest underperformers on the European Tour over the course of his career. Because the last few years, he is an elite level player. And I don't think he's done enough, and he doesn't think he's done enough on these circuits. He wins as much as he loses. 150 games, lost 47. He should be doing better than that, because he is unbelievable. He showed it yesterday when he saw off Mickey Mansell, averaging 110. His 2nd highest average on the European Tour. His highest came earlier this year in Greece. Averaged 111 and ended up losing in the semi-finals to Martin Schindler, who won it. Is history going to repeat itself?
57.
Yeah, he's worked a lot, Chris Dobey, this year on his floor game. Said that was one of his priorities, and it's certainly showing, because he's top of the Players' Championship Order of Merit. He won just last week the Players' Championship event.
Yeah, it's a fair point, actually. I'd forgotten he was top of the Players' Championship Order of Merit, so if you've got the guy who's top of the floor event list versus the guy who's currently number 2 but could be number 1 if he wins this game on the Euro Tour Order of Merit, you've got 2 high-performing players here. If you look at the number of times he's gone out early, twice. That's it, all year. Quarterfinals minimum every other time on the Euro Tour, and he's playing all of them. That leaves himself on double 4. A little chance here for Dobey. 1 treble combo finish. Does he stay there? Yeah, I like the play. It's sensible. Would have left double 15, but it was a good marker.
Gains on the first line. Martin Schindler. Second leg is Christopher first. Game on.
16 darts starts. Hold a throw. Here comes Dobey. Did quite a lot of that yesterday. Hit 4 maximums, but it was his finishing that was the key thing. 6 out of 7 on the doubles for Chris Dobey. If he got a chance, it went.
140.
Only Martin Schindler was 6 out of 10, so he wasn't much worse.
Yeah, he was. For Martin Schindler yesterday, though, it was all about recovering from a pretty slow start against Mensa Suljovic. He did have problems yesterday, though. He snapped one of his points and he was frantically searching for someone who had a points changer. And despite having Simon Whitlock and Peter Wright in the building, he still could not find one.
How did he solve that problem?
I'm not sure he did.
Oh, that's curious.
I'll have to double check, but I believe it's just a completely different dart.
Managed to get the job done. He was tested by Mensa Suljovic. Could have gone either way. A couple of big finishes for Schindler, particularly a 167 made the difference in that match.
Yeah, that was huge. It was 4 apiece at the time, and it was so difficult to see which way that contest was going. The 167. Hugely significant. This could be at double 10 for Dobey. Up for double 5.
70. Martin Schindler, 122.
4 18s for Bull. That's the likely route. Oh, another in there. Leave double 7. Double 7, Martin Schindler. Would have been his third 10 plus finish of the weekend.
Chris required 10.
Well, that was a little closer to the treble than he'd have liked.
Martin requires 7.
3 for double 2 for Shindy. There it is, 2-0 Martin Schindler. The German number 1 opens up a 2-leg advantage as he looks to reach the quarterfinals yet again on the European Tour. He almost always does this year.
180.
Not the only German we've got in the field, of course, the defending champions German, Riccardo Pietrezco.
56.
See him in the other half of the draw up against the unseeded Nick Kenny.
Yeah, it was interesting. I spoke to Nick Kenny after that victory yesterday, and he said that was like nothing he had ever experienced before. He had never played in a crowd like this, and he said it was such a huge learning curve for him. He didn't expect to feel like he did up on the stage. He struggled to take it all in for a long while.
You can see it written all over his face, and he didn't really know what was going on by the end of the match. Real battle for Nick Kenny, but he's in the last 16 of a Euro Tour for the first time in his career.
57.
Chris Dobey. This is not the Chris Dobey of yesterday.
Look, it was going to be pretty difficult, if not impossible, to replicate the performance from yesterday, but this is nowhere near. And Martin Schindler racing away.
He beat him in Riesa on the way to the title. He beat him in Munich this year. He's won his last 4 games against Dobey. He actually leads the head-to-head. Dobey hasn't beaten him since 2018. Another in the 15s. He's double 16. To win it
30.
would have been by nearly 250 points.
Martin required 32.
Over to the right, so he's going to try and slam in next to that. Yeah, and you can see exactly what he tried to do. Works out. It's 3. He's beaten him a number of times over the last couple of years. Despite the fact that Martin Schindler is almost always making the final session of these Euro Tours, you expected Dobey to put up more resistance than this. Still time for this game to change.
177.
That's a good way to start changing it, Chris. All 6 visit legs so far, 16, 18 and 17 darts for Martin Schindler. This isn't spectacular. It's better than Dobey has provided thus far.
96. Christian required 129.
Well, for the second leg in this match, Chris Dobey, barring a disaster, is going to get darts at double.
100. Christian required
Usually
65.
treble 11 for Dobey here. Yeah, double 16. Still for double 8. There we go. It's a 15 darter. It's the best leg of the match. Chris Dobey. Got something now. It's much more like it from Hollywood.
The winner of this one, of course, will face Dave Chisnall, the #1 seed in the next round. Is he looking better and better? Wasn't much coming back at him from Joe Cullen, but really impressive, actually, from Chisnall in that one. He's looking to make it back-to-back Euro Tour titles and move up to #6 in the world.
100.
That's a dart he can use.
100.
Doesn't do so. Bad ton there for Shindy. Leaves him vulnerable. Very vulnerable, it turns out. Because that's the first maximum for Chris Dobey. He's getting his act together now.
Yeah, Chris Dobey has arrived in this one, and Martin Schindler wasn't really having to do anything spectacular
59.
to race into a 3-0 lead. But now that Dobey has upped his level, Shindy's going to need to do the same.
Game shot the 5th leg.
Because that is a break back
Game on.
for Chris Dobey. We're back on throw in this one.
12 darter. Chris Dobey has clicked into gear.
100.
Martin Schindler's not going to be allowed to dictate this game just by plodding through with 6-visit legs. He's going to have to raise it.
100.
Dobey beat him at the World Masters 10 years ago. These two played with each other. And they were, Martin Schindler was still working as a steward, I think, for PDC Europe at that time. In fact, he would have been.
100.
Chris Dobey only just making his way in the sport of darts. Not a product of the youth system. Many people think he is, Chris Dobey. He actually turned up in PDC when he was too old to play the development tour or youth circuit. So he's only had to learn through the hard life of the pro tour, and it's taken a while, but he really is capable of winning anything. What Schindler's left.
92. Martin required 167.
And yesterday it was to win his 4th leg of the match. Is he going to repeat it? Not going to get a dart at the bull in this one.
139. Chris required 156.
I'll get it started. Martin Schindler reassert himself in this one.
60.
Decent response this from Schindler. This for his best leg of the match. 7. Had some problems with this earlier. Not this time. 14 darter. The German fans sound their appreciation. And it is a break straight back. Martin Schindler back in charge of this contest. Dragged his average up into the 90s. Dobey said he wasn't going to allow him to dictate terms just by winning legs in 6 visits. Schindler responds.
But Dobey finds another max. Not quite at the 2024 on TV he did last year either, since that agonising exit the quarter-final stage of the World Championship. And some really early exits in TV events. But then you look at the players he's lost to in those. It was Michael van Gerwen at the Masters, Anderson at the UK, and then Michael Smith at the match play. But it is different for him, isn't it, in 2024? Because last year, wins a tournament, he's playing in the Premier League, he's got regular action on TV, and it's just not been the same in 2024. He's had longer gaps in between appearances on the TV.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
60.
Not a great visit, but Schindler on a 1 treble combo. If Dobey makes a mistake. Yeah, important dart, that one. It's another breaker throw, and this one's going back and forth. Dobey hanging on in there. The last 4 legs, Dobey's won 3 of them. Couple of 12 darters and a 15 darter. That is some serious stuff.
140.
His average after such a slow start is up at 95, 96 here.
140.
There's some effort from Chris Dobey. If taking on a guy who's one of the form guys on the European Tour, he's lost his last 4 games to him. I haven't beaten him for, what, 6 years. To be 3-0 down and potentially turn it around. Could happen.
119.
Yeah, and in the last 4 legs, Martin Schindler's only had darts to win 1 of them.
99.
Completely different complexion.
Schindler's got better himself, though. Oh, look at this.
One.
Yeah, lovely stuff. It's a 5th 180 of the game. It's 3-2 Schindler in that regard.
Martin requires 62.
Schindler's turn to take out. Relatively comfortable finish. With Dobey sat on a 1 treble combo if there's a mistake, and there is a mistake from Schindler. There wasn't in Dobey in the last leg.
104.
This for a level game, having been 3-0 behind in this one. Dart double 60. Oh, it's agonising.
Martin requires 60.
And Shindy does break again. We are dealing exclusively in breaks at the moment in this one. And it's another 14 darter for Shindy to move within 1 of the match. If he can hold here, he is through to yet another quarter-final on the Euro Tour. And that is how you go about it. A 4th maximum of this contest for the German.
Well, the basic pattern of this game is it wasn't very good at the start, and Martin Schindler was winning the average legs. Chris Dobey got better, Martin Schindler got better. It's been a great game in the back half of it, and it could be a perfect leg to finish it, because Martin Schindler is on the 9. We have seen Danny Noppert this weekend miss the double for the 9 darter.
96.
Martin Schindler has 144. The treble 19, the awkward bit, is already done. Another in there. Oh no, the deflection.
80.
Agonising for Martin Schindler. There you see the deflection off the first dart. But importantly, he's now 64 points away from yet another victory, a 5th successive victory over Hollywood. It's going to be
32.
at a double he loves, double 16. He's going to get 3 clear at it when he comes back.
134. Martin required 32.
Dobey's not been able to recover sufficiently from the poor start to this one. Martin Schindler to march on. He's lucky he's not busted his score there. But how does he get through to that double 8? Over on the left-hand side. Can't do it. 4 match darts missed by Martin Schindler.
Christian required 42.
Credit to Dobey for sticking to his task here. He did not throw any darts away. He stuck to his task in the hope there were mistakes from Schindler. There were multiple ones. Seven perfect darts to start the leg. Looked like he might win it with a 9 darter. 4 mismatched darts. And this game is yet to be won.
100.
Now he needs to do something he's only done once in this match and hold his throw to take us all the way.
That scoring power, it's that grouping, it's what's made Martin Schindler such a dangerous opponent on the European Tour. It's what made him a European champion in Riesa earlier this year. One treble to get to a finish, 2 trebles to get to a really makeable one. How about all 3? You get that? But he does get the ton 40. It could be a 12 darter to wrap it up and avoid the stress of a deciding leg.
81. Martin required 121. 99.
He should have got another match start there. Missed the big number. How about this for Dobey? Double 19 or 15? Difficult shot. Now Martin Schindler has a decision to make. Straight at the double 11, or does he split it for a more favourable double? Straight at it. And in. And Schindler beats Dobey once again. And once again